also make money.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna buy Zelda for the Wii U. Nobody else is going to.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. I don't need a Switch until Fire Emblem Warriors, in which case, oh my god, I'm so excited.
I'm gonna admit I do not have a Wii U. That's like the one console that I don't have. Like, what am I gonna play on that?
Disgusting. I just played Donkey Kong 64 on it.
But I can play that on other things.
I don't have a Wii U either, Maggie, so it's okay.
But
you and most video gamers don't have a Wii U, let's be honest.
Can you play it anywhere?
I also don't have
I'm sorry. Can you play it anywhere? I'm like, I have a Nintendo DS.
Honestly, the Wii U comes across as like the Switch prototype now.
It kind of is.
It's funny because it's just giant. It's so the last handheld I played was like Game Boy Color. Like, I was like, that thing's so like I thought things were getting smaller and smaller.
But the Switch is like small.
You can like that thing. It's quite large. So
it's pretty big.
My brother just got
That's
it.
what she said.
And I was like, what is this? I think it's from like 1993. Like, what is this thing? Apparently, it's fun. So, woo, you.
Math is like, peace out, you guys.
He probably heard that's what she said joke, and he's like, God, so 2010.
I can't believe these guys.
I'm like looking for my phone and I lost it.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
So, anyways,
I'm drinking this scurry beer.
Oh, I'm drinking
this beer's so scurry.
Beer.
Widmer Brothers Hefe.
Yeah.
All right, are we good to go?
Yeah,
We're
just
not
waiting for you.
sponsored, but if they want to sponsor,
Listen, we'll take Pop-Tart sponsorships. We'll take.
I will drink all the Widmer Brothers.
I'll drink anything.
I can drink anything.
I'll drink anything.
Drink anything. Roger. Although if you try to drink something, how does that work as a robot? Do you?
I don't know, but I'll drink
like,
it. Except
ruin
Bud
you?
Light.
I feel like water would ruin you, or like.
I won't drink Bud Light. No. It's garbage.
No. Or
it's just like water.
It's gumball water. I never had Bud Light before, and then I tried it like a month ago, and it's like someone took gumballs, soaked them in water for a week, and then served it. That's what it tastes like.
It does not taste like that.
Yeah, it does. It does taste like that. It's so bad. It tastes like legit.
Maybe old gumballs, yeah. Because gumball, I imagine gumballs tasting sweet and like kind of like flavored water, like the sweet flavored water. That's what I would
tastes
imagine.
like.
It does have a sweetness to it because of the rice melt that they use to make it, but it just tastes like nothing. It tastes
it's like a sweet gumball
like
water.
Of a bad beer. It has
Oh, you guys!
Almost no flavor.
We didn't get our naked chicken chalupa thing.
Oh my god!
We're all bad.
I did this week.
You got it this week?
I didn't bring it, but I had it. I literally look, everyone I know was like, you have to try it.
I can get Mandy's to go get me one. Our break. We could go on our break.
I can let you know.
I dare you.
Not good.
It's not good.
No. I want to know Maggie's opinion though.
I don't like chalupas, so I feel like I wouldn't like it.
Maggie, all it is like chicken, a piece of chicken with a like avocado sauce, and then lettuce, cheese, and tomatoes. That's it.
And that had ranch in it.
It's like an avocado ranch, I guess.
Oh, okay. I don't like ranch, so.
The problem is that it's just not. It's still a shitty piece of folded chicken at the end of the day. Like at the end of the day, it's just a really overly cooked piece of chicken that is so cooked that it folded into the shape of a taco, and they stuffed lettuce and tomatoes in it. It's not good.
Honestly, it's just
a
giant.
Like you could make a gourmet version of this with like really nice chicken and
I think you could.
Yeah, and it would probably taste good.
It's a giant marketing ploy that they knew was not going to be bad, but people would buy because it's novel, and then it'll be gone in a month or two.
Yeah, real talk. If you want to see a photo of a man suffer through one, I believe Instagram.com/notoriouscox. There's a photo of me with one, and it is. If you ever want to know the true sign of someone's depression, that's how you know. If you see someone eating one of those, ask them if they're okay. Just saying, hey, are you okay?
Here's the thing. Burger King.
Just bring it in.
Burger King had the mac and Cheetos, and I wanted to try those.
Those are so disgusting.
I wanted to try them, but they were out of them everywhere.
What's the matter with you?
They're out of them, everywhere.
Then
and
you
then
could
they're
do
like, we have
a
they
Crendor
had
food
chicken
review.
Cheeto fries. Well, they had chicken Cheeto fries. I'm like, that's not the same thing. So I tried them. I'm like, these aren't good. There's no mac and cheese in these mac and Cheetos because they're not mac and Cheetos. They're mac and chicken fries because they're garbage.
So I'm saying right now, Crendor, when you open the wine factory, you need an inside-out taco and your whatever that is. On your
I
menu.
agree. The mac and
100
Cheetos, but we'll call it like the Cheeto mac.
Yeah, the Cheeto
They're
Mac.
really nasty. Brian like loves mac and cheese, so he'll eat it in like any form possible. And we went and we like got it because he was real excited about it.
Yeah.
And I ate like a bite, and I was like, I'm gonna spit this out because it's so gross. I don't even want to eat the bite that I took.
But what did he think?
He thought it was disgusting.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's like mac
Are
and
you
cheese
sure he was open
connoisseur.
with you? Are you sure?
But he ate it. He actually ate the one that he bit into. He like,
Well, then it couldn't have been that bad.
but he didn't
He ate
like.
the
He
whole
didn't
thing.
eat any more. Like we asked other people if they wanted it.
Here's
All
the
right.
thing.
Hopefully, I sound better and
On
louder.
on
Sorry.
YouTube, Dame Drops did a food review.
Yeah.
Dame. Now I gotta go look up.
You've never heard of Dame Drops?
Daym Drops. Dame Drops.
D-A-
All right. Mac and Cheetos. All right. He did a food review. He loved them. All right. And I trust this man.
Mac and Cheetos. Oh my God! I do know this guy.
Yeah.
Probably got paid to do that.
No, he
No,
didn't.
no. This
No,
guy.
no, no,
this
no.
guy doesn't take corporate money.
He doesn't take corporate
No,
money,
no,
except for those
no.
couple of
Money.
times he took corporate
Oh,
money.
he definitely has taken corporate money.
Nope.
Yeah.
This guy.
But here's the thing.
You trust me.
Not for mac and Cheetos. This man loves these mac and Cheetos. You can see the passion in his eyes.
Oh,
Look at
God.
his eyes. That's
Oh,
where you
God.
see it.
I can't. The video's taking forever to load. Right now, he has a comb, and I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on.
You watch him eat it, right? He eats it. There's no disgust in his face, and he's like, "I like these," and then he eats another one. There's
It
no.
sounds like the most riveting video that.
This is so good. They don't look appetizing at all. They're not a color of orange that exists in the world. They're not like this isn't. No, not okay with it. Not okay with it.
Telling you, Dame
Okay.
Drops. If you ever
So-
want to
All
get
right.
some
It does look
fast
like
food
he's
reviews,
enjoying it, but I don't know how you could because it was so gross. Like the outside, it was gross.
So now that
The
I have
outside is the Cheeto part, and the inside is
suggestion
mac
from this
and-
conversation,
I don't know. I just
maybe you're just not. I mean, you didn't understand Bud Light either. I have an
I
exquisite
understand Bud
palate.
Light. I also just think it's gross. I'm not into Bud Light either.
You don't have an exquisite palate. You need to form your palate, increase your palate strength,
Okay.
Level up your
and
palate.
then maybe you'll understand mac and Cheetos.
I like Cheetos and I like Mac. And I probably would like them together, but not the way that they do it. It tastes nasty.
You know Dame Drops.
You're no Dame Drops. I'm not going to you for fast food reviews.
That's fine because it's probably because I don't really like fast food and I don't eat a lot of fast food.
It's not a bad
I'll
thing
take it as a compliment,
It's not a
Crendor.
bad-
Thanks.
at all.
You are. Yeah, you're so much better than the rest of us. We're
Yeah.
all a mess.
Yeah. That's what it is.
okay.
It's time to rein it in. Here we go.
That was that. Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
So where we had left off, sorry, I'm just thinking of the. I can't even remember the name of the food. Crendor said it like 50 times. I can't even remember the name.
Mac and Cheetos.
Mac and Cheetos.
Mac and Cheetos.
It's a counterintuitive name, but okay. So it's mac and
It's like mac and cheese and Cheetos, but mac and Cheetos.
I will try
It's
to.
like a play on words.
Thank you.
Just for
Thank you.
Crendor, I will try to memorize that. All right.
Thank you.
So
There'll be a quiz at the end of the show. I hope
Damn it.
everybody's
Oh, Maggie,
prepared,
no.
taking notes.
Let me write this down. All right, so where we left off last time. So you guys had returned back to the planet. It was under Imperial rule. It was kind of a quicker episode, but we returned back to the planet we were at beforehand, which is Hijodoin or
Kajodo.
Hijoda. Why are you questioning me? No, it is Hijoda. Yes, Hijoda.
You're the
Always
DM.
question authority.
Hijoda. So he was right. So you had returned to the planet of Hijado. It was clearly under significantly more imperial rule than it was beforehand. That's one of the main reasons, being it being on one of the highways there. It's right on the Hidean Highway, the Hidean Way. So you had gone back there. The imperial rule had so much more of a presence. You were like, okay, just need this spot to kind of like gather our thoughts for a second and go and just get a data pad and we're good to go, okay? We couldn't even do that without there being some sort of incident happening. Going to send a message to a dead guy with Nareem and then going to buy a data pad, you somehow find yourself amongst a bunch of stormtroopers just shutting down shops for people that they believe to be a part of the rebels. So by coincidence, it just so happens to be that Fitz was amongst one of the shops that was in fact run by one of the rebels. Now, things are going well enough. Like the guy was being arrested. There wasn't any hubbub whatsoever. Fitz was just kind of like, okay, can I go now? And then Burbo sees this happening and he's like, this innocent man is being arrested by these horrible people.
I hate seeing people in shackles. I'm not a fan.
And Fitz just looks uncomfortable right now. He has this like constipated look on his face. He's uncomfortable over there. So, you know, Werbo handled it the best way he could. Ran in there with his vibro axe. They did what they do. Killed everybody. Turns out the guy was a rebel. He's not like some warrior or anything like that. He just does supplying for them. You guys more or less force him into, because you helped him, so you would do the favor, assisting you and get back to your ship. He does so, but there's once again a little incident along the way. You have a few more stragglers join you, 3 of them. You get them back to your ship. You're able to drop all of them. Sadly, there was the casualty of that shop owner along the way, this rebel along the way. But here you are. The weapon systems are online due to Werbo's quick work, booting up the ship, getting the weapon systems online. Fitz downstairs, tapping away on the computer as fast as he can, or upstairs, whatever, tapping away on the computer as fast as he can, plot and navigation to where it is that he wants to go. And 420, I don't know how I can screw that up. 420, having just dropped the last guy, and Nareem a little upset that she almost just killed somebody. However, calling to everybody, go, 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 go. This is where we're picking up as you guys are starting to take off and fly out of there. Now, as you are starting to take off and fly out of there, you have Werbo over by the weapon systems, you know, kind of getting ready to take aim and fire. You have 420 making his way up to the cockpit to take over the ship because he can fly anything. And you're starting to get away over there. It's a few moments of tension as everybody's waiting for that, you know, whether it be a whole bunch of TIE fighters flooding out, or you have the Star Destroyer turning all of its, you know, cannons at you. Nope, nothing whatsoever. There was no reason to sound any alarms. Nothing bad had happened. So you guys were able to, thank you, Maggie, for starting that off. I didn't clear the prior pool, though. So I'm going to clear the pool.
Yep. Let's do Destiny.
Likely story.
Likely story.
You want me to have all those dark secrets? So you, as you guys are flying out of there, nothing bad happens. They had no reason to even look at you. The tensions finally start to release for everyone except for 420, who doesn't feel tension. And finally, Nareem is able to kind of like collect herself. Everybody's collecting their senses. But as Nareem does so, she looks down and she sees the bodies around her feet, because there are 3 of them all in Stormtrooper armor. One in particular, Stormtrooper, who's kind of filling out his armor a little too much. He has lying on his body right next to him, like in his open hands. And she doesn't remember this being there beforehand, like before he was getting blasted or whatever. But there is a data pad lying there by his open hands, and it looks like something was loaded up on it. But looking at him at this point, he doesn't seem to be moving or anything. You guys,
I'm going to go look at the data pad if I can.
Yep.
Going on with it.
Also, Scott, we got to remember at the end or whatever, but we got to remember to regularly dish out experience every session. So we keep forgetting to do that.
No, that's fine. So, I mean, I figured
I would like powers.
Yeah.
The best way to do it, and I had actually talked to I think, one of you off stream about this before.
This is me. You're talking to me about how you're going to give us 2 every time.
It was 3. Yeah, I thought about it. It was 3 every time. Thank you. It was 3 every time. So last 2 each got 3. So you have 6 total right now. But when like a big story thing unfolds or whatever, that would jump up to being a significantly greater amount. So you guys do have 6 more than what your character sheets currently say.
Okay, cool.
You're welcome.
Are we missing anybody Destiny point wise? I think we're missing
one person.
Krendor.
Oh God.
Yep.
I mean, hit roll Destiny.
Oh God, that's the wrong one.
Krendor, you're my guy. You're like, yes. You gave me something.
Well, we did better this time than last week. Last week we gave them all of them.
It's 4 to 1.
Give me all of the powers, but now you guys, it's very much in your favor. So, as the tensions go, Nareem makes her way over to the the data pad. She picks up and starts looking at it. Fitz, as 420 takes over the cockpit area, he kind of loops down the stairs a little bit. He loops down the stairs and goes over to that computer, finishes his navigation. I'm going to have him roll for that in a moment. And Werbo is maybe feeling a little disappointed. He doesn't have anything to shoot at. But, you know, he's covered in blood, so I'm sure he's happy.
That's true.
And 420, you don't need to roll anything because this is just rote commands at this point. You're just flying. So,
Okay.
Starting with Mathis, just really quickly, a navigation roll, and then we will go on to Noreen.
You mean astrogation?
Did I say navigation?
You did.
Yes, astrogation, which is navigation of the
Beautiful.
Wow. Wow.
I did it.
Or
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Or success isn't an advantage. It boils down to you did it quickly with no concerns of any mistakes.
I mean, we're sticking down the main highway that we're on as it is.
I didn't. Yes, you are. I didn't apply any bad rolls against you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but that's okay. I can roll it right now and just kind of cancel out backwards. So,
It's a 2 to stay on the main highway? It's a normal difficulty?
yeah, it's a normal difficulty. Yeah,
Drive me nuts.
yeah, because you're jumping through sectors. So wow, that
should be easy.
Yeah, but I mean, that's okay. So you do not succeed in it right now, but you're able to give yourself advantage for the next roll. So more or less, it takes Fitz some more time to do this. So while Fitz is kind of like, oh crap, I plugged it in wrong. It's not, you know, whatever. It's not going through. I'm going to allow the advantage there to not send you off to the wrong location. Okay.
Okay.
So, Noreen, you pick up the data pad and you go looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately, just looking at it and kind of skimming through and seeing, you're seeing this is the file is just finished unencrypting. So even as you picked it up, you can see the file was unencrypting in front of you. So very recently it was unlocked. And looking at it, you can see there's a command coming from somebody. It just has a letter J, so it doesn't say who it comes from. And it's obviously sent to the shopkeeper. And it was informing him of which docking bay and which dock itself has the ship full of the supplies that need to be brought to a specific coordinates. You can easily look up what those coordinates do at the astrogation computer, the Navi computer, if you wanted to. But it tells you like which area and which city of this planet that you're over right now has the supplies that need to be brought elsewhere.
Does it say where elsewhere is exactly?
That's where if you went over to a nav computer, you can kind of plug that in and figure it out.
Anything else that I see on the computer or on the data pad other than that?
So it's just one of those. So beyond like the facts of that right there, the data pad has a message saying that these supplies are needed. It's believed that the Empire is planning to do a huge sting out in this area, and so by bringing these supplies over there, you're going to kind of head out and allow the rebellion to set a footing in before whatever plans they have get enacted. And so it was more or less like this is getting stuff out to somewhere before the Empire gets their own footing. And but you're not sure where it is or what these supplies are. None of that stuff is in this data pad beyond, of course, the coordinates.
Okay. I guess I'm going to kind of just like search the other area. And is 420 is flying, right?
He's up on like the third floor.
I probably am not very strong, so I can't like move the bodies on my own, really, could I? Maybe if I drag them or something.
You're over in like the entrance area anyways, where kind of like the lock is. So if you wanted to, you could push them out the lock and like open the inner door, put them to it, close it, open the outer door. They're gone in space now.
I don't think that's something Noreen would do. But maybe.
But maybe
She contemplates it. She looks at the bodies and she's like, she looks at the door and she just can't bring herself to do it. Because she's never killed anybody before, really. So that would be like a big thing for her. So she's just like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. So she's gonna go take the data pad over there and try to see if she can figure out the coordinates of the supply ship.
Sure. So you grab the data pad and you go over to the nav computer, which is where Fitz is right now, having just been like, oh shit, and then like kind of like deleting the commands that he just put in, like stop, abort, and he's trying to like recalculate. And so you go over, and that's what Fitz is doing there in his frantic fashion that he usually does. So how do you approach that? Sorry.
What? I don't know. I don't know what I'm
Oh,
supposed
so,
to
so you go up to Fitz, and do you like say anything to him? Do you like? Can you?
I'm
look
on the
at-
computer you
do.
want.
He's on
Oh,
the computer that you want. Exactly. Yes.
I was like, is there not like a place for me? Okay, so he's on the computer that I see him doing something, and can I tell what he's doing at all?
Yeah, he's working on nav computer. He's planning astrogation to hyper jump out of there.
Okay, I probably gonna let him do that. I guess I'll just let you know. I'll be like, hey, so I found this data pad. I know you're looking for one anyway. And she kind of hands it to you. She mentions that there was a letter that was from Jay. I'm not sure who that was, but I'm guessing it was the fellow that had it. And that it provides information about the supplies. But the only thing that I couldn't figure out from the pad was the coordinates for it.
I like nod as I'm like typing away at the computer, and I kind of just like point, like leave it next to me, and I'll get to it as soon as I'm done.
Absolutely. So then you're able to, and I have it applied in there now, Mathis. You can roll again for your astrogation check to get across. To jump.
You're killing me with this normal difficulty. It should be easy.
What do you mean it should be easy?
It should be easy. It's on a main highway.
It should be. What's the
Page
page?
104, second paragraph.
104, second paragraph. Hold on.
Are you trying? Wow,
Rules lawyering? Hell yes.
Rules lawyering this entire thing.
According to Section A, Part 3 of Column B in the Ultimate Manual.
Snort is like a nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, big dork.
I'm a big old
Role-playing games.
It implies that you have breathing issues, so that you're.
I just gotta breathe out of my mouth like.
Deviated septum.
Why is that a thing? Why do so many nerds have like breathing issues?
I think it's a chicken or egg. Maybe
What came first, the nerd or the mouth breathing?
Yeah.
I bet there are several non-nerds who have mouth breathing issues. You've been to football games. I believe you know.
That's
So,
true.
I don't.
You can be a football nerd.
You can. In fact, that is what most football fans are.
Yeah.
Giant football.
That's true. It's absolutely true.
There's geekdoms of many kinds.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you one
where the-
thing,
Mathis is 100% correct.
that he's a nerd.
Oh, got
He
that
is-
rules up to obey.
He
What about?
is 100% correct. I was like, no. But when you're going further distances, no, shut up. I'm
it
out.
shouldn't. If we're not like on a highway, it like shouldn't be that hard. But if we're going into like Uncharted, then it's like it gets hard.
That's what she said.
I already
That's
said- I
what
already-
Yeah.
I already said-
You were just giving me shit for making that's what she said, Jack.
Yeah. You're giving me shit for making the joke.
Okay, we're done with the mouth breathing.
I
nerd
just
jokes.
like
Seriously.
I just like making fun of people. All right.
You want me to re-roll or what?
Yes, please. And hold on, let me adjust that to only one failure. Mathis.
Boom, success. I'll take it. We did it.
So you guys make it. You jump into hyper jump, and you start heading towards whatever trajectory you had. You are on a hyper lane, so it does make things go quicker. The highway, so it does make things go quicker. So, but that is still going to be a bit of a long trek. So you guys have a ways to go. So as soon as you jump into it, and Nareem kind of goes about whatever it was that she was doing, maybe going upstairs and checking on the other two.
Actually, I was gonna have a conversation with Fitz about what to do with the bodies.
So I'm done plugging it in. You can hear the ship, like the crack of it hitting hyperspace, and I turn around and I immediately reach for the data pad. And I'm like, all right, we're moving out further away from this garbage, hopefully a little bit safer as well. Now, what was on this thing? And I like start going through it.
Well, I found a letter from Jay. I'm assuming that's that was from Jay. I'm assuming it's from one of the guys that was back there. Speaking of which, what should we do with those bodies?
I look up, it's like, what we did with the other body? Airlock. When we come out of hyperspace, dump them and just dump them.
She like nods. Kind of like a look of like fear comes on her face, but she's like, okay. And she's like, right, the data pad. It looked like there's like a supply request from Jay or to Jay?
From Jay to the Merchant Rebel.
Yeah, to the Merchant Rebel. And she kind of explains
So
that. She's like, but I couldn't find the coordinates, so I'm assuming that, What
So
the?
if I look, like, if I go through the data pad, does it say like what the supplies were?
It does not say what the supplies were. It just says like the dock, so the docking bay. So more or less the supplies were from the planet you guys are just hyper jumping away from. So because it's they gave the docking bay, the actual dock, all that stuff from there. But there's coordinates to where it was that those supplies were going to. And
Where were
I
they
do
going?
remember why it was 2 purple, and that's because the habit was to little skips before you jump in along the hyperlanes.
We're not being chased anymore. So.
You're not being chased
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Exactly. So.
That's
why
so
I thought-
where were the coordinates going? Like if I look at the coordinates, does my
So now that you go plugging those into the computer
yeah
for where the coordinates are going, you can see that it was for Kadome Prime from the Kadome sector, so the Kadome system, which is, I believe, even further out from where it is that you are to where it is that you are going at the moment.
a cursory search of like looking around, like, or rather, it wouldn't be researchable anymore because the HoloNet's down. But what do I know what Kadome Prime is and comprised of, or
So you can say that, and both you and Nareem can roll your check for it.
was his xenology check
It is 1 second, sir.
or core? Is it core? Oh, oh no, it'd be like outer rim check.
Outer rim, exactly that. Outer rim.
Which I am not skilled in.
I am. Do you have the difficulty dice in there, Scott?
Give you 1 second. And it's just 2 purple die. It's nothing crazy for this one.
Okay. All right, I succeed.
Oh, I see it. Yep. And Nareem fails, which makes sense.
So I'm like openly like musing like Kadome Prime. I'm trying to think. It sounds familiar. Gives me a minute to think. What do I know?
So one of the things that you could have done, Maggie, just a reminder, is if you wanted to, you could just kind of like help him and give him a blue die, but it doesn't matter. He succeeded anyways. Just a reminder for as we move forward. So Kadome Prime, it's a planet on the outer rim, and it's actually at pretty much the end of the Hidean Way, which is the highway that you're on right now.
Okay.
It's a very, very cold planet, but one of the things that it's known for is that during the really like intolerably cold winters, that the people that live there, which they're mostly the Snivian people, so during those long winters, they write these amazing artworks that are a combination of like word and characters and whatnot. So it's a combination of, think of like almost like a comic book. It's a combination of words and images and whatnot that depict these amazing stories that tell morals and histories and stuff like that. They do so in a way that no other peoples have been able to accomplish other than theirs, and it's so artsy and enjoyable. So the concern, according to the letter, was that the Empire has some sort of plan out there, and that by bringing these supplies now, you'd be able to give those opposing the Empire a chance to kind of get a footing in to fight against whatever their plan was out on the planet of Kadome Prime.
Okay.
As of right now, with your success, neither one of you know, because you do have 2 successes, neither one of you know of there being any really Imperial presence on that planet. It's not a war planet by any. They produce.
It's like on the rim, so which is weird.
It is very much on the rim. Like the only one past that one that's a notable planet on the Hidean Way is Bonadan.
Does it say when they are expecting on this data pad? Does it say when they're expecting the supplies to be received, or like do they have a time frame?
It just immediately. So one of those like as soon as possible.
And the supplies are where we just jumped from.
Exactly. Yes. From one of the cities there, one of the docking bays there. I mean, you don't know the entire city's like layout, so you just have to like jump into one of their own computers to kind of like see where things are. But you literally just jumped from there moments ago.
So we'd have to turn around. And Fitz says that openly, like, so we'd have to turn around.
How?
I don't think that's the best idea.
What's up, Jesse?
Just for Lord Nerd's sake, how did you find this system? Like when crafting this, because straight up, I am looking at first I've never heard of it. I'm a big lore nerd, but I'm looking at every fucking galactic map. It's not on that shit. I can't find it to save my life. Is it in the book?
I have this amazing galactic map that somebody, I honestly don't even know who put it together, but it's somebody, one of the companies had made a map that's in a bunch of different layers. So it's only outer rim, only core, only this, only that. And so somebody piecemealed that map together in a way that has effectively everything in the galaxy.
I can send you the map.
Yeah, that's incredible. Because I'm looking at it and I see where you're talking about, but the planet's just not on any
Yeah,
of them.
link it for all of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to the group.
But you can't use it in character, Maggie. You don't know.
I know.
No.
I can
Don't know.
decipher in-game character stuff.
All right, I sent it in the group Skype, so you can
Dude,
just
my
DL
man,
it.
thank you.
That and I spend a lot of time just kind of, searching and reading and studying and reading.
So it's like bits and pieces of other maps from other things all layered on top of one another to make it like one complete map.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's different degrees of zooming or whatever, but it just coincidentally, because it's such a high resolution map, I have a 5K monitor, so I can actually see the entire map with crystal clarity. Like
5K.
right there.
He's got a Mac, so he gave up like usefulness for 5K.
It's useful for what I need it for. Okay.
I'm just teasing you.
I know.
Disgusting.
I am suffering with the Mac right now.
So Kadobi Prime, I'm using it out loud. Like we'd have to turn around.
Yeah, and Nareem's like,
That's a bad idea.
I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah.
I waggle my finger like I'm inclined to agree, but
Bring it to the group.
yeah, like I was like, can you
Well, she thinks about it for a moment. She's like, well, only those guards saw us, right?
as far as I know, but they are gonna go missing.
But is there anything that ties us to them?
These bodies. He looks like raises his eyebrows. But we can easily dump those when we come out of hyperspace beforehand. Should we go? Hey, I get on comm. We're about 420. Can you come down to the central floor for a moment?
Roger, Roger.
It's
Is
funny
it
that
good with us? Oh, can you put an autopilot or something? Because we're just chilling.
we're just coasting.
it's hyperspace. So it's funny that you use comms, and you guys use comms often for this. So I think it was Maggie and I were talking about this very recently. So I just want to make sure that this is understood about this style of ship, the fire spray. It's small as fuck. So it is literally designed so that there's a pilot and 2 guards. That's all the complement that this ship can handle. Beyond prisoners stuck inside small little cells. So if you're on the bottom floor, like even in the engine with like the trapdoor or whatever open, you can holler all the way up to the top floor and they'd be able to hear you, and vice versa. Now, of course,
We're saving our inside voices, okay, Scott? We have to.
Of course.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
To have comm systems.
I'm just saying. When the Wookiee farts, it doesn't matter where you are. There's no safety. Okay. No safety.
My farts are like that of rose petals. It is beautiful smelling and has a lingering after scent.
So when everybody gathers on the center floor, I kind of just take the data pad and I kind of toss it over to Werbo. Like, we can keep going where I'm going, and we can make a conscious decision to get ourselves involved and turn around.
Well, where are you going?
I plugged into about 7 planets down this particular highway to Telos.
Reasoning?
Though what little I know of Telos is they're not too fond of the Empire.
Warbo kind of just looks at the data pad and just doesn't know what to do with it. I don't know why you gave it to him.
Just input. I'm looking for input.
He looks at it and says,
You can't read it.
You can't read it. Oh,
Hands it
Yeah.
off to 420.
there you go.
Nareem's like, I don't think he can read that.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I start re-explaining to all of you guys what happened, and recapping you and bringing you back in the loop. Go ahead,
yeah.
Krender. You have the data pad now.
I have the data pad.
basically we can save these. What was the race again?
Yes, this Snivians.
Snivians and
Why do we want to save them?
Well, he shrugs. Like, as far as we know, the Empire has something planned for them.
Like what?
Enslavement,
Probably not
murder.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with that?
Oh God, Werbo, did you hear him just say that?
Look, Warbo doesn't. I'm fine. I'm fine.
This is a droid.
Yeah, it's just a dumb droid.
What's
Warbo,
wrong with that?
His family is slaves. Warbo ain't got time for dumb droids.
I remember
I
having
look at this
slaves,
again
and they
I'm
did
like-
work.
And I'm like,
Oh God.
I
420. We
I
need
thought you
to.
updated him.
I haven't gotten around to fixing his motives. I guess his these B1 battle droids were really strange back in the day. All right, it's a system I don't know, so gives me some time.
Fair
So we
enough,
can continue
but-
moving to Telos, which is where I plugged our thing is, or we can pull out of hyperspace early, turn around, gather these supplies, and I like gesture to the dead shopkeeper and be like, do him a favor.
I grabbed the data pad and I look down at him and I'm like, it just seems like the right thing to do.
I throw my hands in the air. Whatever you want. Just tell me what to do.
I'm going to look at Werbo and ask him what he thinks. I say we go for it.
All right, 420, pull us out of hyperspace at the next jump point. We'll turn around and we're going to head back.
Roger, Roger.
And I looked at Nareem like, I'm going to regret this. And I just get back
least I tried.
to plotting like the next jump and taking care of what we need.
I'm going to try to get Werbo to help me, I guess, put the bodies out the airlock.
Oh yeah, as you're like getting the bodies, and like, Werbo, when we jump out of hyperspace, we're jettisoning these.
Yeah, get rid of them. Awesome. So I actually, quick question about that, about the jettisoning of those. Are you guys the kind of people that would want to, be, I suppose, save the armor in case you ever need it? Or hell no, that ties us to Empire corpses. Get rid of the armor. Get rid
Is
of the
there anything else on them other than the armor?
So I mean, they have their armor, their blaster rifles. Let me just give me 1 second. I'll tell you exactly what they have.
Okay, I'd say we keep the arsenal, the weaponry. I say we get rid of the
Well, I
armor.
mean, how many suits of armor do we have? Right.
4 or 5, something like that, or even 6
so-
maybe.
Mathis is wearing one. That guy was wearing one. Plus the other 3 is 5 suits, including the one that Fitz is wearing at the moment. There's 5 suits of the laminate Imperial armor.
I mean, just logistically, guys, we are a Wookiee who cannot wear one.
Yeah.
A droid who cannot wear one.
Right.
A Bothan who cannot wear
Bothan
one.
Who definitely could wear one, but not put.
I
on
can't
it.
wear the helmet though.
Yeah. So I think unless you think we're gonna go into battle and you need like body armor, there's literally no reason to have more
No.
than one set.
I think
That's what
it's
I say,
a
we
bad
could keep
idea to
one.
have. I
And-
think it's a bad
and-
idea to have it on us at all. Like, if
Well-
if our ship gets searched, we're going back to that docking ship that is already searching people.
Well, we're
Like,
not
if we
necessarily going to be landing at that same place we were at before.
But you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. So
That's
if we
true.
do get searched, we can be confident enough to be like, whatever, they're searching. There's nothing they're going to find.
Yeah.
Versus,
Well, I think we should keep one. I think we should jettison the 4. I would like to keep one. One thing that Fitz would do while in hyperspace is something very simple. Because I'm assuming each Stormtrooper helmet has built-in comm system. Because that's
Yes.
he would just scramble that or destroy it. Because I don't need them being able to pinpoint like a signal or whatever.
It has, let's see, so they wear their Stormtrooper armor, utility belts, and they have like reloads or whatever. But the laminate armor has a built-in comm link and a vision magnifier.
Oh, so they don't have any way to even track it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like other to be able to track
No,
like.
there's nothing in a Stormtrooper suit of armor that like the Empire can track.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
So
yeah.
then I would just leave it as it is.
These are throwaway soldiers. These are like
True. I say we keep one.
and when we get searched, how are you going to explain that?
That's when I just gestured to like the nav computers. Get the hell out of here.
She sighs and she looks at Werbo and she like explains to him. They're just like, and I guess we're going to go over there. We're going to.
So you guys are planning on keeping the one suit of complete armor, which Fitz is currently wearing, so he'll just take it off and find some spot in the ship to kind of like hide it away in. But beyond that, Maggie, I believe it was asked a really good question. What is it that they're carrying? Well, each one of the soldiers has a Imperial issued blaster rifle. So, I mean, it is a very specific model that's known to be for the Empire. You can keep it, or you can dismantle it, or you can throw it away. Each one of the soldiers, not you guys, but the ones that you encountered, so the 3, each had 2 frag grenades. So there's 6 frag grenades that you guys can grab up. Each one of those 3 soldiers had a vibro knife, including you and that guy. So there's 5 vibro knives right there. And as I said, there was the utility belts, there was the stormtrooper armor with its attachments on it, and then like extra like reloads or whatever for their weapons. So just lots of ammunition. So I imagine the 6 frag grenades are being kept by
420 and Werbo, presumably.
Yeah,
Yo,
we're on.
Yes, good call.
I already got 2 frag grenades. Or wait, no, I used them.
I put them on a bandolier. I take one of the stormtrooper. Oh my god! I take a stormtrooper belt and put it on me as a bandolier and hook the grenades on. Hell yes! Yes, if he's keeping a full piece of armor, I'm keeping a belt. I'm gonna wear it as a bandolier. It's gonna be amazing.
As he's doing this, Miriam's like, it actually doesn't look that bad.
Damn right it doesn't, because it is. Ooh.
I'm just glad you're not naked anymore, Jesse. Thank you.
Yeah. Now at least one Wookiee nipple is covered up. At least one. Maybe 2. I'm not sure how fancy this bandolier is, but at least one.
Every Wookiee needs a bandolier. Like, it just has to happen.
It's mandatory.
Oh, I'm putting that on my character sheet. It's happening.
We each got a vibro knife, you said?
Yeah, there's 5 vibro knives sitting there, so you guys can each keep one and have a spare, or.
All right, vibro knife.
Would Werbo, I imagine, would want to keep one of those as a backup in case he likes to get really close.
I'm assuming range is engaged.
Correct, of course.
Brawl?
And then, what?
Skill is brawl.
Melee.
Melee, got it.
And then again, there was the blaster rifles. Does anybody? Are we just going to dismantle those or toss those out the hatch because they're very easily seen?
I think we dismantle them, right? You're probably going to want to use some of those parts.
I can
to upgrade
technically
things.
use them for parts.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll get rid of the parts that we don't, like the serial numbers and all that casing.
Awesome. So we will take care of that. So as the thing turns around, when you guys get back, it's going to take a little bit more time for Fitz to finish dismantling those weapons. Do you guys want to stay in like orbit around the planet for a little bit, like in space while Fitz finishes dismantling? Or do you want to just like, we can hold on to these and dismantle them at a later time?
Play it safe, dismantle before landing.
Okay, awesome. So why don't you roll me a mechanics check? Give me 1 second to do this for you. You're going to be doing this, I believe, quickly. You're trying to...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking to do anything. I just want to pull it apart.
Yeah. So give me 1 second.
Does anybody need one of these? I'm assuming we're good.
The blaster rifle?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly,
I have a blaster rifle.
I got a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're all pretty shit.
Yeah,
However,
figures.
Are these? I mean, are these blaster rifles known to be Imperial issue? Would everyone?
That's what he
recognize
said.
that?
Yes.
I mean, but like, would it be a thing they bring up? Like, I just feel like if we had extra blaster rifles in a hold somewhere, it wouldn't be a bad thing.
It's not necessarily. It's one of those things where if you saw Imperial blaster rifles, again, it's not like, oh my God, nobody else could ever get this blaster rifle ever. It's just the Empire, just like, let's say if you were to go to like a Glock 4 or something like that. Like that may be a standard issue weapon for this area. Doesn't mean other people in the area might not have it. There might be some slight modifications to it that would identify it more so, or as Maggie was saying beforehand, serial numbers. But we can always just have Fitz dismantle that. If you're saying, no, we need to keep these blast rifles fully functional, ready to go in one of those cabinets next to the prison cells, that's a good idea. And just have Fitz pull off identifying markers. So they might be a little ugly, but still functional. That's totally an option, Jesse.
All right. Here's what I would say. Having heard that, toss everything. Like, it's too much. The risk is too much. Especially since in the course of our adventure, we have legitimately been boarded way too many times.
Yeah.
Way too many
But
people
that's why I was saying, I was saying just grab the parts that we need, like just the innards, get rid of everything that,
way too many people have been on our ship.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, and while Werbo's like getting rid of the bodies, I'm gonna start cleaning like the explore. And
The
try to make-
point, the what I was saying too is dump the bodies and stuff when we come out of hyperspace to turn around. Don't do it out like back there. Like we
But
we
like,
pop.
what if we dropped
Oh,
him in
yeah.
hyperspace? What would happen? Because that
I
has
feel like
never
our
been
ship
done.
might get like torn apart.
You don't know that. You don't even know that.
I don't know if there's
No,
rules for it, but
Even canon doesn't even. That's what we can make canon right. If you opened a hatch in hyperspace, what would even happen, man? Nobody knows.
So you're gonna say that, and instantly Mathis just ends the Zoom chat. That's what happens.
that's what happens. Done.
Done. Done.
All right, if we're just dumping everything, then we're just dumping everything. Fuck it.
All
That's
right,
fine.
So,
But take, I would say take the stuff that you need from it.
Keep the one suit of armor. I mean, the way I'm assuming these things run on ammo. I forget how it works specifically,
Yep.
but like,
Keep the ammunition because that's not as easily
Yeah.
identifiable or whatever, not identifiable. And then take just hunks of parts from it, which isn't a bad thing because Maggie, as she said, she has a blast rifle, but it actually has minor on it. So you'll be able to quickly repair that with these parts.
Yeah.
So roll for me your mechanics check, please, to just rip out guts and then just toss it. You're doing it quick.
all right, I do it.
Whoa,
God.
good job.
That's, yeah, you're amazing.
So
at
much
that.
advantage. Jeez.
So you suppressed one of my black die and you
Yep.
you successful.
That's just what I'm. That's what I'm.
His rolls are way too baller right now.
That's
Something
all I can
tragic
do.
could happen.
You're throwing me in skill checks that like I'm trained in. Put me in combat and I'll start hitting you guys accidentally. I need to start. What I'm gonna do, by the way, is I'm gonna keep a couple of these things of ammo because there is a way, like as a mechanics, I can like quickly throw together like a makeshift explosive.
Nice.
So like that's I'm gonna start. I need to start using like my mechanics and stuff like that for more combat oriented
Yeah,
stuff.
engineer. You're like the engineer. And you're like, yes.
You've been very reactive to this point with only a little bit of forethought with like this robot, but we can keep going. So you guys pop out of hyperspace, you dump all this crap really quickly, you hover around there for a little bit, dump all this stuff out, and then you hop back into hyperspace, jumping your way forward. Once again, just rolling that astrogation with a only a 1.
I still fail.
Yeah, but
Why
that's
two
because
black
you-
die?
That's because you clicked it before I was
Oh,
done.
all
Yeah,
right.
so
Are we good?
Yeah.
There we go.
And
So
lots of successes.
So because with all those successes, what ends up happening is like it's not only quicker, but when we pop out in orbit of the planet. We don't even have to hit orbit. We're in orbit,
Exactly.
baby.
You're in orbit of the planet, no problems. Just you're right there, and then start making your way down. Because the first thing you want to do is just find a place, land it, hit up a computer, and quickly scan. So while you guys are looking for a safe place to land, why don't we come around and take our quick first break, and then we'll come back with you guys landing back on the planet for the third time. With that
Third
Star
time's a
Destroyer.
charm.
We've got problems.
Yeah, we do. We've decided that after denying this man his help with the rebels, we decide after he dies that we're gonna help him with the rebels. So, because we're just that kind of people, I guess. All right, we'll be back in like 3 or 5 minutes. We'll be back. Go grab a drink, and we'll see you in just a sec.